Hello. In this video I'm going to be altering the requirements for a job, or the material requirements for a job. This is available in the Redthorn SP system and the main system. I'll run it from the workflow as usual. It is also available in inventory management stock in the main system. So changing requirements. Now requirements are material requirements that are created by MRP when jobs are processed. So this is a job that's been processed, not had any materials allocated to it yet, but has a requirement for materials. Now I have a job to change, so if you run the Creating Amending Material Requirements form, you'll see the full job listing, you'll see the part, material codes that it require, the status of that material, i.e. is it available, is it not, is it available partially, available in full, not available, available partially, what's available, what's required, and what you could, and an area for you to replace and put another material in, and then a checkbox to say you're going to do that. So I'm going to search using the query tool for a particular job, 77, and here I have two requirements for this job. So for this job number I have this material that's required and this material that's required. I'm going to make a couple of changes to this just to demonstrate how it can be done. So the first change is for the first line, I'm going to change the quantity I require. So I'm going to say 6 rather than 5, select. And for the second line, I'm going to change the material. So I've got 40 at the minute. I'm going to change this to AL. I'm going to change it to 30. So I've changed the requirement, I'm changing, and I'm going to click that I want to do that as well. The other thing I could have done, if I had decided I no longer required one of those materials and I wanted to remove the requirements altogether, I just set the required to 0, check it, and that will take off that requirement for that material. I'm going to save that, and it's going to produce me a report outlining what's been done. So these changes are recorded, so you can see the history of what's been carried out on this job. So if I go back into the screen, so the screen's refreshed itself now. If I run the query again against that job, you'll see those two changes have gone through. Change to 6 and change to the aluminium 30 diameter. The other thing I could do is I could add a requirement. So on this job down here, I could say I'm going to add a new material, and I'm going to add some 40. I'll put the 40 diameter back on, and I'm going to say I need 0.25 of this. Add and save. Give me the report again, and now if I search for that material again, that job again, you can see it now has that requirement. If I want to remove it again, set to 0, check, save, gives me the report again because it's recording everything I do. Search again, and you see that requirement's gone. So there are all the different bits and pieces you can do for adding and removing amending and removing requirements, and adding, of course, at the bottom. Quick note here, you can see available in full, not available, available in partial. Preferential will mean that there's been a material preferentially purchased against that in the purchasing side of the system. And preferential purchase orders are covered on the Create Amend purchase order screen. You can also do some select all, so these checkboxes, if you've done a huge number of changes, you can do a select all to change them, or an unselect all. So to summarise, that's creating and amending material requirements against a job.